Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be rehoming our Heterometrus locaticus into a larger enclosure. This is the Vietnamese forest scorpion, or an Asian forest scorpion. As you can see, we've got a decent sized juvie, so we're going to be rehoming them now. So, how do we keep the species? Now we obviously want to keep the species with a decent amount of substrate, and then this dish allows for its body and a half in depth. And we're going to fill it up twice a lot to that depth. This species is obviously a humid rainforest species, so we'll be adding in lots of moss, and we'll give it the ability to hide as well as to burrow. We want the scorpion to have a decent humidity, which we'll control through having lots of moss. As you can see, the substrate, it's got moss inside of it, quite a lot of moss. And I'll flatten it down so that it's all very compact, which makes it hold a burrow easier. We'll do one more. Another way we can keep the humidity pretty well is to add in a water dish. So just add in a nice little water dish from Portsmouth tarantulas, and then we'll give it a hide like this, which definitely has enough room for it to fit under. And then we'll add in just a literal small amount of moss on one side of the enclosure, just so it knows it can distance itself if it feels it wants to. And there we go. This is a decent enough enclosure, so let's get them in. At this size, and juvie size, this species is quite aggressive. Here it is, with some moss in its face. Very pretty species. It's got the lovely black hue that an Asian forest scorpion has. Let's get him in. Just literally gonna plop him. Oh. Thought he'd play dead for a minute then. Here he is, as you can see. Plenty of room and plenty of depth for him to thrive in. For quite a while, he'll last probably a lot of molts in here. They can get quite large. I've got an adult Heterometrus slinus, so I know that they can easily double in size. But he'll be fine in here for a while. Okay, we've got some more species to rehome, so let's get into it. I'll just put the lid on him, because they do like to dart away randomly. Next up, P. laguardi. Same species as the OBT. This is a tarantula with a bit of significance behind it, an old world of decent size, and they're going to be going into here. So as you can see, they're about a bit longer in length. This will just last it a couple more molts. Seeing as I had it spare, I thought I'd give it a little bit more room. So we're going to take some substrate. Being a terrestrial stroke fossorial species, they'll appreciate the depth much more than the height, although I find all of the species in this genus, including the OBT, are kind of everything. They'll be both fossorial, terrestrial and arboreal, and that's just due to the area that they live in. It's quite scrubby, and occasionally they'll be webbing both the bottom, the ground level, and kind of up through the scrub of a shrub. So we'll just give him that. Now, this species does like it a lot more dry, so we won't be watering down this substrate. We'll just let it dry out. What we will want to do is retrieve the water dish that is somewhere in here. So this will be interesting. How should we go around recording this? Is a good question. Right, we'll put the like that. And then we'll just sort of see if we can drop that in and convince him to go near it with a pencil. Let's have a look. Hopefully he doesn't decide to dart away. Oh, threat posing. It's always fun, isn't it? Maybe we can just convince him to come over here. No? Right, we may just have to move him then. Let's try. He had a decent grip of it there. I was thinking he might just... Come on, buddy. So, smack him. Let's put you guys around on the other side so you can see this bit better. Ooh, very upset, showing off his fangs, which you can see are quite a decent size, and then he's making himself look bigger. Definitely having a bit of a tantrum, isn't he? Wondering if they're quite strong when they grip on. They don't really let go. Come on. Almost. Now that might be able for me to just... No. I still can't quite nudge it in. Come on. Oh, I'm blocking it there. Just move it back over here. And then we'll just see if we can convince him to go in. No, he's gone straight back down. Right, let's just get this over and done with now. Come on. I know you're very upset. Yes, yes. Oh, you're a challenge to move. I do have this spider for sale at the moment as well. So if you're interested, you're welcome to contact. Before it's gone, more than likely, will soon. I just need to advertise it. Happy to post, happy to have local collection, and happy to deliver to this Southern Invert show as well. So, yeah, very gorgeous specimen. So, we'll plop them in there. We'll plop the lid on gently. We've just got to hunt around for this water bowl. I know it's in here somewhere, because I remember putting it in there. Or maybe not, actually. Oh! Deep. Burn. Right. It's got big gunk in it. We'll remove that. And then we'll just have this in. Now, I'm just seeing, as you can see here, the spider kind of just made his own little tunnels, so we'll kind of give him some little shelter bits for him to start off in. I'll fill up his water in a minute when he's settled down anyway. And let's go to put him in. Remembering this is a medically significant tarantula. Or somewhat. Oh look, already begun to web there. Don't know if the camera will pick it up. Yes, along here. Left down quite a large web. And I'll more than likely just flip him into it now. Which is uncomfortable for him, yeah, but come on. Come on. There. Very pretty spider. Quite close to molting as well. As you can see by his very large abdomen. It's a bit hard to tell because of his coloration, but I can see the obsidian type colour starting. So that's good, isn't it? You know, we'll be thinking that kind of shows he's coming through any day now. Next up, here's the Cratus gigas, one of my favourites. It's got on a lot bigger, and it is time for an upgrade. what's he going to be going into? He'll be going into here. So as you can see, a massive upgrade with much more burrowing space. He's only a juvenile, he's not exactly massive, but why not just give him the space now? I won't have to move him again in the future, and he is one of my favourites. Seeing the way that they burrow, I'm always impressed by it, so I'm happy to give him a decent setup. So we'll push him to the side now. So Histocratus gigas is obviously a dry species, so coming from Africa, or coming from I can't quite remember what its common name is. Oh, Cameroon. Comes from Cameroon. It's the Cameroon baboon, the red Cameroon baboon. So let's add in some soil into here now. Just see if I can mount you somewhere else into this. Alright. Right, and we'll fill this up. And then this will take a lot more soil, because it is massive, but I know that this individual will borrow the entire thing out, and it will make for some really nice display. And I feel like you'll be able to see it a bit more, because you know, you can have a view from all four sides and the bottom and the top. And the thing I like about these tubs is they're really cheap to buy, and they're a good size. They're all good sizes, and you can drill holes into them, especially if they're a humid species. But for this species where I'll be keeping on the lower side of humidity, I'm actually not going to bother with drilling in ventilation holes, because the gaps between the lid and the framing is substantial enough. So a lot deeper than normal for this spider, and we're going to keep going. I want it to be considerably more deep. Now, interestingly, the H. gigas is much more, I'd say, both terrestrial and fossorial. They're normally kept this way fossorially, but there are some interesting videos online where you can see the species living in a dry area swimming. They're one of the only species that have been recorded, and there's lots of videos of them swimming. And you know, you get people online saying, oh well, let's try and put some small fish in a pond in its enclosure in a paludarium and see where it hunt them. But I haven't heard or seen anywhere about if people have actually done it. So yeah, there you go, very deep substrate here. Decent size. To be fair, this size enclosure would be fine for an adult female, which I'm hoping this is a female. I can't tell entirely, but from its previous molt, as much as it wrecked it, it was looking promising. So it more than likely, well, it will live its life out in here. We'll give it just like one mini shelter in the form of this, just before it gets started. I also found that it, in its actual current setup, it did take the cork bark around it, which we'll retrieve out, and then it used that to its advantage to actually create its setup. And it kind of used those as anchor points for its burrow. And here we are. This is what the burrow actually looks like today. There's a water dish in here somewhere, loads of cork bark. Right, let's get them to come out, shall we? And there they are. Oh, decently sized Histocratus gigas. A very beautiful species. How shall I capture this? I kind of think just disrupting its burrow so it can't go back down May make it bolt, may not. There's the water dish. Let's get that out of there. No, he's just sort of got his butt here. So what I'm thinking is if I can remove this out of the way, it gives me more room to attempt to cup him. Oh. Okay. Oh, they actually managed to get out there. Now, I think the best idea is to fill in the burrow so it can't go this way. So it literally has to crawl into it. And we've got him. And now we just need to get this under. Now this is an old world, obviously, coming from Africa. So we're always careful. I've never had an aggressive tendency for this guy. I feel like now he's got the space to burrow, they would rather retreat to their burrows than be aggressive. And as you can see, a decently sized tarantula. That is for sure. Right, let's hunt about in here, and you'll find that we've got cork bark to be reused. A big chunk here to be reused. And that was it. The rest is just, oh no, more cork bark. Oh, nice piece there. Oh, brilliant. Right, what we'll do is we'll remove out all our pieces of cork and our decor. And we'll just put this in here. More substrate for use. And now we'll place in our cork. We're just sort of thinking where and why we should have it. If we can create a burrow from said cork bark, then we will. Like a starter burrow. So what I'm kind of going to just do then is, as you can see here, I'm more focused on creating starter burrows underneath the cork. Can we make the cork stronger and then make burrows go underneath them? Yeah, that's what we'll do. So pushing up soil here on this side to then sort of make a markage underneath, and then that will be a starter burrow for our Histocrats gigas. Now then, to put him in, we're literally just going to lift him in like this. We put our fingers all close to it, so that's good, isn't it? And he's up. And this is good because this hide here gives him some terrestrial ability, whereas the rest much more fossorial. And as you can see, he is very small compared to the setup, but like I say, he's a good size where he'll always be able to get his food, and he'll definitely have a fun time burrowing in here. So we've got the O species horn mink here. Very pretty. It is very angry, like every time I try to feed it, they bolt out. So I'm going to bring them into here. It gives us a lot more room to play with this species. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We utilise that as a hide. How am I going to move this hyper-aggressive species out? This is medically significant. It's extremely upset at all given times. I don't know. It's a good question, isn't it? How will I move it? I might place that there. And see if I can just make it bolt up into that. Which is what will more than likely do that. And then what I can also do is place that like that, just in case he comes the other way. I feel like that's a good idea. God knows. Wish me luck. Let's See how this goes then, shall we? Right, well done. It's all just because I don't think that's a great idea. I'll use this as the catch cup because this one's actually got a lid, and I'll sort of block that off so he can't come back on himself, because that would make life very challenging. Oh, well, he just kind of let me strike him with that accidentally. Okay. Actually, I wonder if I can just convince him to go into that. Let's try this. It's always about taking on time and planning when you've got an aggressive species, so I'll just try and budget. It's actually being very still now. So that's good, isn't it? You'd almost think it's dead, but I want him to go into here. Come on. Go on. Ah, he's about to bolt. I can see his legs twitch in the way. Go on in, please. Go on. Yes. Oh! As soon as I took the lid off, he just came straight out and fret posed. Wow. That's super annoying. Ah, he was fully in and I removed the lid in the air or something. He must have felt it and he's come straight out. Look at this fret pose. Let's get those jaws. Look at that. Super angry. That's super annoying as well. I don't know what I'm meant to do in this situation. Right, this plan with that didn't work. So move that. He's just fighting that. It's handy, isn't it? No, not really. Oh god. Okay, he's just leaping at it, trying to fight it. That's good, isn't it? Let's remove it. Whoa! Right. I have a feeling this spider is going to bolt. So we're going to move it into a tub, just in case. So here we are in the tub, and I think we're just going to go for it. We can see they're looking much more relaxed now, which is an unfair and untrue statement. We'll try again, convincing it to go into there. It almost did, and then it just exploded. Oh, whoa. Unhappy. Aggressive, which is then obviously dangerous. As you can see, very unhappy here. Right, so I've just had to think about what to do. I think I'm just going to go for it in some sort of tub. I can't fit it into those, which is seriously annoying because that's what I would have tried to attempt it into, but I've got a feeling. Just trying to think of my options here, really. I want to move this out of the way. Then I kind of want to... Maybe I can force him out, but like out and in at the same time. No, this is obviously risky. With my hands, this is really risky. Oh Christ. Most of the way in. We got him. Halfway there, guys, we got him out. Almost the same size as the pot, and also my hand in saying that. Well, I suppose this is a good time I've ever. Let's give him a little measure, shall we? And let's take a look. You can see our spider. I don't know if I've set the camera up well. I'd say, what do you guys think? 6 centimeters, perhaps? I don't know. It's a very hard way to measure them. I normally go by body length. Right, let's move this substrate into here so we have more to do with. So we'll take out these pots that were unsuccessful in helping us, which is what I was kind of hoping they would. I was hoping it would just sort of get in them and then that would be it. Right, there you go, much more fun, much more depth for it. And then, well, we have to do the fun part of taking the lid off. So that's good, isn't it? Let's go back in there, get some more space in case it bolts. It gives me the ability to mount the camera as well. Back on its mount. More than likely, just going to remove this with our hand. Oh, he's flipped the other way around. I was still expecting him to be on his back, actually. Which is fine, it just makes me more nervous. Because all he could have done on his back was throw a punch. Like he kept doing. Or he can just do that and try and get out when he's on his front. So that's good, isn't it? I want him out though, when I'm able to see what's going on. There he is. And his size against his new enclosure. Let's have a look, let's measure him. Oh, something like that. Well, I'd say he's 6 centimeters anyway. So he's a good size, good value on it as well. Okay, let's do this. No, he'll go to smack if even if I breathe. Look. No, we're just stressing him out now. I don't want to stress Spider. I get it. I understand why he's upset. It's just a nuisance, really. We'll flip it again. I feel it's appropriate. And there he is. Now we'll quickly do that up. We'll get him a water dish and a water bowl. But there we go, guys. Most of our species are here now, all done. And I'm very impressed, actually. And the scorpion is just in a Haribo box. Just like my sub-adult female dancing earth tiger, who's in there. So it's a great idea. Thank you for watching, guys. I've got another Pets at Home video coming out soon, so stay tuned. Thank you for watching a quadruple rehoming.